Good morning, folks. I'm David, the solution engineer and friends at NetApp. Today, we're going to talk about a brand new features brought by ONTAP 971, which is going to be available soon. Stay tuned. These features will help you to secure your SAN environment, protecting your LUNs against ransomware attacks. As you may know, NAS workloads are protected since version 9.10.1, which is already a couple of years ago, with the features called Autonomous Anti-Ransomware Protection. And we also have been recognized and granted a AAA by the SE Labs Security Testing Authority, certified by all the strongest ISO certifications. So now, since 971, we are able to protect your SAN workloads where basically ONTAP does not own your file system. File system then could be whatever, NTFS, ext3, 4, or any file system. Basically, our engine will detect block entropy variation and report it. Pretty cool, no? Oh, and I forget to mention, as any NetApp features, it is simple and easy to set up. Let me show you. First, what I'm going to do is to log into my cluster. There you go. Let me enter the credential. Fat fingers. There you go. Here is the new system manager interface for 971. Pretty easy, smooth. You can also change the color behaviors like the dark mode and the light mode, but I just like not to get too fancy. So first, the first thing you need to do is to create obviously a SANV server, which has been already created for the sake of the demo. So now what we're going to do is just to create a new LAN. Let's go select LANs. You'll see how easy it is. I'm going to click on Add LANs. I'm going to call it LAN 2. One single LAN of 40 gigabyte, which is going to be for Windows operating system. I'm going to keep it with the LAN format on Windows 2008. Initiator group has been already created, so I will just map it to the Win initiator groups. You can also have more options such as performance level, enabling or not the snapshot, the local snapshot, enabling or not the replication of your LANs to a destination cluster, to a destination ONTAP cluster, enabling snap mirror. You can also configure more granular initiator groups, obviously, and you can also save it as an Ansible playbook for automation. Let's go and click save. There you go. The LAN has been created and mapped to my iGroup. Wow, that was pretty smooth. For the sake of the demo, I've already created one other LAN called LAN number 1, which has been created and mounted into this file system. As you can see here, there is a disk number 1. A LAN has been already formatted. It's the E drive has been formatted. And if I check here, you'll see that this is a NetApp LAN, and you have obviously MPIO showing optimized path and non-optimized path. Now we also detect that I have another disk, the one that we just created before, the LAN number 2, which is a 40 gigabyte LAN. I can go and initialize it and create a new NTFS partition on it. But that's not the point here. What we need to do, and I forget to do on the LAN 2, is to enable these new features. So I can go into the volume, because this feature is at the volume granularity. So I'm going to the volumes called LAN number 2. And I'm going to the security tab here. And a new button has appeared. For SAN volumes, you have now the ability to enable anti-ransomware by just clicking here. The anti-ransomware is using AI optimized model training to report, detect, block entropy variation. That's it. My volume is now protected against ransomware. Wow, how cool it is. Now, let me show you how it works more deeply in details. So I've mounted this ARP test LUN, which is NTFS LUN. So NetApp does not host the file system and doesn't know about any things I'm going to write into this volume. We'll just see blocks going up and forth. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to copy some data in it. I've created some Napier 1 files, like our PDF files. So I can copy this PDF file to my ARP LUN. Just drag and drop, copy here. There you go. It is starting to copy the data to my LUN. Nothing new from here. But now the system is getting some information and on some blocks also. And on the periodic fashion, it will report the entropy based on the calculation of these blocks and the block footprint and the block fingerprint that are going to come to this NetApp system. So let's make a pause here, and then we go back right after.
A few moments later.
Hey, I'm back. Now the data has been correctly copied to my LUN. We have PDF file here, and we have docx file here. Excellent. Now I will introduce you to a new command that has been introduced by this ARP for SAN. This command will basically report the percentage of encrypted data that I'm reporting on my volume. Every single data, doc file or PDF file does have some kind of encryption, some data that has encrypted. So there is a threshold which is parameterable on the customizable on the volume on a per volume basis. By default, it is 80%, and if I'm going beyond this 80%, I'm going to trigger an alert. But it's obviously completely configurable. So the command is security anti-ransomware volume entropy stat show recent hourly stats for my vServer vSAN1, and I can obviously filter per volume. I have only one single volume, so it's going to be easy. What I'm seeing here, I'm seeing that for SAN1, the volume that is currently connected, this ARP test E drive, I've written 1.4 gigabyte, and the percentage of encrypted data that I've received for the past 1 hour and 10 minutes is 18%. So 18% is almost nothing. So I don't have to, I did not raise any alerts. And if I'm going now to the UI, let me log in again. If I'm going to the UI, I shouldn't see any message, or I shouldn't see any event showing that I'm under attack. Going to the volume 1, SAN1, this is the name of the volume that is currently mounted. And if I'm going to the security tab, you can see that it's enabled and everything is healthy. I have my periodic backup. I have my periodic snapshot that is triggered every 4 hours and is here just locked for the next 4 hours, but it's just going to roll up one after the other. But it's not a snapshot that has been triggered because I'm under attack. Now I'm going to run an encryption test. So I've created a dump script called encrypt. Encrypt is basically going to encrypt every single file that is currently sitting on my E drive. There you go. Start to encrypt. Let's make a pause and then review the entropy right after.
A few moments later.
Hey, so I'm back here after the script finished to encrypt all my different files, and you can see here in the background some metrics on how it worked. I mean, I did some few IOPS to encrypt all my files. It's basically just reading the file, pushing, using a certificate to encrypt each and every blocks, and then push the file again. So making a lot of write to the new LAN. So now let's use the command. Let's use the command that we used just earlier, showing basically the level of encryption, the level of entropy of my new volume, the one which is containing my LUN. So let's do it here. So again, the same command, security anti-ransomware volume entropy stat, show recent RE stats for this server. And look what we have here. The first iteration was 18% when I started to copy my PDF file and my docx file. And now when I started to launch the script, the one which is encrypting all my file, it suddenly became to 80% or 77% of all the blocks that I sent through the wire by the script that were flagged as encrypted. So let's see what's the kind of alert that we received. So if I'm logging into the system manager, I'm going to go to the volume, the SAN volume, and then we have this security tab. Oh, look what we have here. So we have the same information that we had previously using the security anti-ransomware command, but now displayed into the UI, where we have 81% of entropy data, 81% of data which are considered as a potential ransomware. And we have exactly the date when it started to encrypt my data. So we will be able to use here what we have in the snapshot tab, where we're going to be able or to use the anti-ransomware snapshot that is periodically taken, or to use the one that you configured in your snapshot policy. Pretty cool. Now I can just clone the volume, restore my volume, or even like clone the volume and just restore some information. How cool it is. Now we have it also for SAN workload. Now let's double check with the CLI. The system should have triggered an auto support event log show minus message, something like call home. Home. There you go. You see there is an alert. So there is an auto support that has been sent to NetApp saying that you are under potential ransomware attack. You have the name of the volume in here. And you have, I mean, I don't have any, obviously it's a lab on demand and I don't have any access to ActiveIQ, but if I was logging to ActiveIQ, the telemetry portal, I should see an alert has been raised and I should get notified by the support that my system, my array is under attack. So this was amazing. This is a new functionality that will be available pretty soon with 9.17.1, should be during this summer. So stay tuned and hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.